you, sir.
We've seen videos of homes submerged, areas like Treasure Island underwater. What's happening in Ada?
All right, sir. Currently, as we are talking, I am not in the district, but I had information this morning that there was flooding yesterday, and this afternoon too, I had several complaints from the people in the district. So, as a matter of fact, there's a serious flooding in Ada as a result of high tides. And so, currently, this is what is happening in Ada.
Explain high tides to us.
Yeah, we have two kinds of high tides. We usually experience high tides from the sea, and sometimes it also comes all the way from Akusumo into the sea. The one that we are experiencing now, according to my people I've sent on the ground, is not a tidal wave, but it is coming all the way from Sugankopi side, meaning it travels all the way from Akusumo to Ada. So this is what is happening here.
Is it the river that is moving into people's homes like we saw last year when the Akosombo Dam was opened, or it is a sea that is entering people's homes? Which one is happening?
Yes, according to my people, I have do several inquiries. I talked to most of the assembly members we've been using during these situations like this. I've talked to most of my zonal staff who have been on the ground, and they told me it is not a tide from the sea, but it is water from the river that is entering people's home.
So it's the river, not the sea?
Exactly, sir.
But you were saying tide, so the river has tidal waves?
Yes. What we have been, during high tides like this,
sorry, Mr. Nati, I'm confused. Mr. Nati, I'm confused. I'm familiar with the tides or the tidal waves coming from the sea. Just a second. When the tide from the sea is high, it enters places like Adan, Keta, and all those places. We do know about that. And then we also know that last year, the Akosombo Dam was opened and the Volta River it led to an overflow of the banks of the Volta River, and that entered people's homes. But when you talk about when you talk about tidal waves or tides and you're referring to the river, I'm a bit confused. Please help me understand.
Yes. In Ada, we get different situations which lets the level of the water becomes high and usually enter people's home. And then one that we are experiencing now is the one that comes from the river. We also have one that comes from the sea, which we call it tidal waves. That one, it comes directly from the sea, with full force from the sea. And that one, when it happens like that, you can see people's building collapsing as a result of the strong wave coming from the sea. And as we speak, that is not what we are experiencing. So meaning I'm telling you that the kind of flooding that we are experiencing now is not from the sea. It's just like the way we saw when the Akosombo Dam was spilled, and then we saw a lot of water flowing from Akosombo through Nocturne to Ada. That is what we are saying now.
Okay.
But it is not spillage.
Okay, so if it's not spillage, where is this strange water coming from?
Well, that is the question that we all have to know. When I had the information, I quickly had to call on the Akosombo Dam managers, especially those that are in charge of the operation of the dam. We have their contacts, we'll be communicating. So I quickly inquired from one of them whether they are doing spillage, and they said no, because as we speak, the level of the water in the dam is a little bit down. And even if they are going to spill, the spilling will be starting around it will be starting around September going. So as we speak, if there's even going to be spillage, there'll be so much consultations. They'll bring
Okay.
us to
You would have known about
board.
it. So it means that what happened
Yes.
last night, you did not anticipate it.
Yes, please. We did not expect that to happen.
How bad was it? Did people have to leave their homes?
Yes, as I said earlier, I am not in the district, but according to the information I am having now, the situation is very worse. That people are even trying to move from their houses to a safer place. They are even calling for evacuation. But they also made me understand that when the water comes high, even when it enters people's home, the water usually stay for just 3 hours, and then you see it going back again. So, it calls for people who think that they cannot manage living in their various homes to find a safer place to stay. After 3 hours, when the water is in it, they can go back to their various homes.
So from what you are saying to me, you do not have a lot of brief from your people, but you cannot even advise whether people should stay or leave. You are not even certain which areas are affected and how long it's going to be for. You do not have all those details.
As for areas affected, almost all the island communities are affected, including inland communities. Places that were affected during the same places. So when it comes to communities affected, I have much information on the affected communities. And as I said earlier, the level of the water in people's home now is similar to the one that occurred last year during the spillage time. That is why I'm calling on the people to at least find a safer place to stay.
But when we see what you are describing, usually NADMO would move in with boats and save people. Yeah. You are not there, but have you told your men to go there and rescue people? Have you done that?
No, because we just got the information. The whole thing started yesterday, and then I got the information today. And so I set my men on the ground to do that. Okay. To evacuate, there are a lot of processes. There are a lot of things you have to put in place before you start to evacuate. So even with that one, we have to sit at the disaster management committee level to discuss everything before we start evacuation. So NADMO cannot come out and then start evacuating. So we only advise that people should do safe evacuation. They have to voluntarily move to a safer land to at least have life saved.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
All right, sir. Thank you.
That's Ebenezer Nate. He's the Ada District NADMO Director. This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Up next is Business News. And